over $500,000 away to prisoner reform, people who are actually on the ground that's fighting, you know, for the freedom of inmates and accommodating the kids and different things, inmates and different things like that. And also we wanted to, you know, bring a light to the First Step Act, you know what I mean, which, you know, Larry is qualified to get some, you know, some relief with right now. And that's where interference came into play with this dude, Officer Wack100. You know what I mean? A lot of interference came into place with Officer Wack100 because what he done, you know what I mean, and this has to be talked about because, and I got to get a game to the youth because I don't want them getting caught in no crosses where this Officer Wack100 is concerned because he's a live rat, you know what I mean? And here's the truth of what he done, you know, even though he tried to deceive and put, you know, our text messages, you know, in a form when we was talking about apples, he wanted to switch the game up and say we're talking about oranges. But, you know, I got proof, and I'm going to show y'all the real text messages that he didn't want people to see. But what this brother, you know what I mean, that called himself real, attempted to do and play, you know, with the old man. We call him the old man. I call him my brother, my friend, you know. But most of all with his freedom, you know, because on 2 occasions, one, him and his Chad, what's his woman name? Karen Chapman. You know, this is a lady that was entrusted to go in and interview, you know, Larry Hoover with an understanding of you bring this back to the family. We're not clearing a way for you to go and do this for no other reason. You know, we don't play like that, but that's what she done. She went and interviewed and ran off. You know what I mean? So what this dude has chosen to do is take a stand with a person like this, like when they was putting together the pardon for Larry a few years ago. And I'll let him tell that story. But I'm feeling so good about it right now until I'm gonna say, and what I don't cover, we're gonna do like Ron DMC. So she wouldn't give footage for the pardon. Now this is him being free. We just wanted, you know what I mean, because when you're trying to humanize a person, then you use footage, you use their own words to help in situations like this. So it was about the money with her. She asked, well, what am I getting out of this?
Yeah, let me reiterate that part. So when we were trying to put the pardon together, I said, we was trying to just get information on my father. So she had some actual footage of him. We like asked the attorneys, would that be good to have this footage to put on this pardon? They like, yeah, that'll be good. Let's see if we can try to do it. We tried some numbers. We caught up with the lady, and I called and I asked her. I was like, we need some of that footage because we're trying to put this pardon together. And she told me, she said, well, who gonna get paid for this? Well, how I'm gonna get paid for this? And I'm like, wow, this is about my father's freedom right here, and you wanna know who's gonna get paid for this footage. You know, so I don't know where she feels like she was really caring about our family, but she wanted to know who's gonna get paid while we was trying to get this package together for this pardon. And then moving forward after that, that's around the time Kanye went to the White House not too far before then or after that. She seen that it was a buzz and my father's name was fresh in people's heads. And that's when she come from behind a rock somewhere looking like it was an opportunity. Kanye reached out to her to try to get the footage again some years later. And I don't know where it happened at, but somehow Wack wound up in the middle of the mix. And Wack was the middleman with the footage. First, he was just the middleman for her because she didn't want to speak to us. But then next thing you know, he's a partner in the whole situation. This is his footage, he got it, and blah, blah, blah.
So yeah, what this clown done, you know, head up, like we right here, he was somebody else. You know what I mean? He portrayed to be, oh, I'm down with y'all. The only reason I wanted to talk to him, you know, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for my brother, because it's serious business, right? So I embraced that, I entertained that, and you know, in retrospect, when I hear him take a different position, like he was partners with her and this and that the whole time, I'm like, oh, so this nigga one of them kind of niggas where all money, good money with him. You know what I mean? Everybody go. You know, I'm from the school where everybody don't go. You know what I mean? And when you're playing with a man, freedom like that, and everybody go, then, you know, I take that real personal. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, I want all the culture, because I'm a nigga that stand for the culture. You know what I mean? I love the hip-hop culture. You know, I put in a lot of work where the hip-hop culture is concerned. I blaze the trail. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when I see one, you know, trying to shit on Tupac, trying to shit on Nipsey, trying to shit on, you know, the homie Big U out there, trying to shit on Master P, you know, good nigga, real niggas, you know, Meek Mill. You know, I see a nigga get on a podcast and with another rat and go off on 21 Savage. I'm like, oh, this nigga got diarrhea at the mouth. He like full of shit, right? He the type of nigga that will shit in the bed and blame it on the baby. You know what I mean? Imagine that. You know, you take a raw shit in the bed and say, that's the baby shit. I ain't shit it. You know what I mean? This is how he go to trying to change narratives and different shit about the truth. And what be real cold about it is some people get lost along the way. You know what I mean? They get lost along the way and they'll roll off a cliff with, you know what I mean, Officer Wack100. And, you know, I don't like the shit, man. I'm going to calm down and let y'all talk, but I hope the people feel me, because, you know, I ain't the type of nigga. I don't believe in using rat, and like some niggas call them punks. I remember calling niggas sissies. So he like a sissy to me. You know what I mean? He's a sissified nigga to me, and I can say a whole lot of other things, but we own $1 million worth of game. Right. But just for the record, I want all that smoke that one is talking about. You know, I know how to put all that out, so y'all time.
But yeah, one last thing. The bottom line is the stuff was taken from us, and he partnered up with the lady to act like it was his, and I'm going to sell it back to you when it was ours in the first place, and act like he's a street dude and he respect my old man and respect everything. Who is the real dude that's go partner up with this chick that stole something and try to go in front of the world like he really had a right to do it? Like he trying to, you know, he putting people in bad positions out there. It's people that's, you know, that's real upset about that. And I don't got nothing to, you know what I mean, I don't have nothing to do with them. I don't know where their head is, but, you know, he keeps just jumping out there in the deep water.
Let me ask you a question, Jay. You know, now we talking about we in California. It seemed like, you know, early stages of Death Row Records. Did you have anything to do with that?
Yeah. Yeah, early stages of Death Row Record. Me and the homie Mike Harris. You know what I mean? I know Mike. You know, we was friends before all of this record company shit, right? And Mike ended up getting his case and going in there, you know what I mean, doing his thing. He called me one day, and I asked the homie, I said, you still got juice in the street? Because at that time, I'm buzzing, you know what I mean, the very thing that they laughed about, you know, me pulling over to the curve and saying, oh, this is where the new money is at in the rap business. That was funny to niggas back then.
They thought it was a game.
Yeah, no, it was funny. It was a laughing thing. You know, you go do that shit, nigga, whoop, whoop, I'm going to do this here. Okay, well, do y'all thing, I'm going to go do this. So, but anyway, after one, had time to sit and think a lot of times, you know, good thinking, when you know how to think, you know, conquer a lot of bullshit. And he's a thinker. So he and I, you know, had conversations about that, and I actually sent a group I had called the Convicts down Big Mike and 3-2, you know, down with their movement in the beginning, you know, that ignited everything. And we've heard Snoop publicly, you know, admit on a few times how he got game from 3-2, you know, a lot of his slang and different shit like that. So we brainstormed on that issue in the beginning, and it was when I was on a phone call with Suge, you know what I mean? Back then, all three of us can be on a call. And I heard some recklessness, and I didn't want to be on them, you know, tape calls and shit with that going on. So I bagged up. Y'all do y'all thing. You don't owe me nothing. Rap a lot is what I do. You know what I mean? And we moved on from there. But you know, I got to share this before we move on in that direction, man. I want to share this right here because this is Kanye, and I know Ye ain't gonna have no problem with me. I want you to read it so they won't say I played no. This is a text from him.
It say, with her now, bro. Okay, this has been exhausting. Too much.
That's him talking to Wack100.
Okay, this has been exhausting. Too much game playing. What is she looking for? Bro, tell me about it. It's not us. It's men stuck between two women, bro. You're with Karen, correct? Just making sure I know what we're talking about. Jay Prince is a better businessman than me. I'm stepping out of this and letting him handle. It's too many games for me.
Okay. Now, if you want to keep on going, you can keep on going. But clearly, they was trying to work some shit on him that he wasn't in agreement with. So this is how I get in the mix. Because he says too many games playing. Why you want to play games around the old man freedom? You know what I mean? Why the games playing? So I come in the loop to try and, you know what I mean, bring some real accommodation to the situation. And, you know, we ain't got to stay there no longer. Right. But I'm gonna end up letting everybody see all this shit because that shit he sent out there is a bunch of bootleg shit where he changed the whole narrative, but this the real root.